What's up guys, and welcome to today's video. Today we're back, fourth in a row I believe, and this time after yesterday's Crossbones videos we're now at the Overseer, and then we might take a little break, 4 videos, then maybe a hunting for Hercules, as I know that's still ongoing, and then we'll go to the Craven, Scorpion, Icarus side of things. So here we're at the Overseer. This one is it's so annoying. And it's because you're constantly stunned, basically. So unless you can have somebody who shrugs off a stun, or who can't be auto-blocked, that's not too much of a problem. So I'll tell you, this is why. So basically, he has parry. So he then has, obviously, the mastery of parry. That is one of his nodes, which means when he does his SP1, his SP2, and you get auto-blocked, that means you also get stunned because it's a parry. Same way that would happen if you were fighting somebody in battlegrounds, making it really, really annoying. You've also got encroaching stun, sorry. So unless you're throwing your special 1 or special 2, every 20 seconds you're stunned. It's all about timing your special attacks to be perfectly in time with that encroaching stun, just to allow you to not be stunned. You also, if you have more power than the Overseer, both champions are passively power drained, then granted an amount of power equal to the amount drained from the opposing champion. So he can get quite a bit of power there, so there are chances of him throwing his SP3, his special 3. Then you've got feats of power, not too much to worry about. Rich get richer, so just whoever has the most unique buffs gains 9% bar of power. And then finally, as you can see at the top, if you're stunned, 1 buff is nullified off both you and the defender, or when you stun the defender. Then we've got the attacker is permanently heal blocked. Obviously, that just means that you can't heal from, obviously, regen or from willpower, making it very, very annoying. So as I said, the main sort of issues with this fight is the stun. You get stunned on his auto blocks, on his SP1 and SP2, unless you wait them out, and you get stunned by the encroaching stun. So obviously, we all know who the best counter for this fight is. It is Hercules. Build up his feat of strengths. Then you don't get stunned by either the encroaching stun or by the parry. This makes it very effective. Obviously reducing that chance of you being stunned. You also, anyone else who's stun immune. So I believe Galen, when his harvest is active, is stun immune. But then that is more perfect timing. A shrugger like Kingpin, Crossbones, even Falcon could work quite well for this, because obviously he's not going to get the auto block on him. So you sort of want a champ like a Shang-Chi is really good for this as well. He's really beneficial because you're able to slap through that auto block with his unblockable. So there's some good counters there. Personally, I think 2 great counters: Kingpin, Kingpin, Crossbones, and Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi works for the Dormammu fight. And the Overseer fight, so it means you can take him in and he'll be really, really useful for the first 4 fights, and then you can sub him out if necessary. Crossbones, because Crossbones and Kingpin, because Kingpin and Crossbones can both shrug off the bleeds that you get from the Biohazard node on Crossbones, and then on the Overseer, they are both skill champs, so they can shrug off that stun. That also occurs, and then for they could somehow do the Dormammu fight, but that you may need a Quicksilver or a Shang-Chi, as I've mentioned. So I would say Shang-Chi is sort of the best option here. Obviously, Hercules is a great option. I don't need to tell you guys that, but this is to give you guys some help knowing who's best for each fight if you're just going for completion. So hopefully this little run-through has helped. Remember, it's the stuns that are annoying. You are probably going to take some damage here, and that is going to be an issue. So it's going to be a bit of a revive fest. I would highly recommend, if you're watching this before the beginning of April, try and get those revives farmed if you're going to make a run for this, because you will definitely need them. If not, keep saving. I haven't seen the changes in the apothecary as of yet, so that's sort of guessing for the future. But yeah, let's get into the spreadsheet and then a little bit of gameplay. Hello guys, so we're now at the sheet for Overseer. In the Greys, we've got Encroaching Stun. As I said, you want to really try and have somebody who's stun immune. I don't actually know what's happened there to the writing. which is actually really quite annoying. I believe I was just gonna have to mention that on the encroaching stun, try and bring somebody who's stun immune or somebody who has the sort of I can't think of the word, but yeah, try and bring somebody who can reduce his auto block chance or has the true sense basically. Then we've got the auto block counter, meaning you'll get stunned because of parry. And then you want to bring somebody who can't be stunned, or be really careful. Really careful of that auto block and that parry. I do have to apologize. I just keep losing my words. So yeah, you want somebody who has true sense, who can shrug off the stun like Kingpin or Crossbones, or somebody who won't be stunned at all like Hercules, obviously, or Shang-Chi, who can push through that auto block. As I've already mentioned, Power Alternator isn't too much to worry about, and Rich Get Richer. So let's go into the Cringe challenges. We've already gone through champs who will be quite useful. Just for completion, these are to meet the challenges. So on the left side, Miles or 2099 will work for the Overseer. 2099 because obviously he'll go invisible, and I don't think he could be stunned while invisible. And then, and if he can, there's that chance of missing. And then with Spidey 2099, you may be able to reduce that power with the Withers. But probably I would say Miles or Stealth Spidey will be really useful as this, because he might be able to reduce. I think he can reduce the ability accuracy to not be auto blocked. Which is really handy. Then in the robot side, I've put Nimrod down. I think Nimrod would be really useful for this one. You can do a lot of damage quickly. All of the robots will be stunned. None of them can stop being stunned, I don't think. So you're looking at either Ultron or Nimrod again for this one. As a dimensional being, CGR or Gallon work really well. Gallon because he can't be stunned when he is in Harvest, so you can sort of don't throw your SP1 or your SP2 while you've got Harvest on, and that will make you stun immune if he's awakened. And then CGR because he does a lot of damage really quickly. Then I've got Crossbones and Zemo. Crossbones because he can shrug off that, he's able to shrug off the stun, and Zemo because you can root them, and then if you're stunned, they obviously can't hit you if you stay far away. That's a more complex way of not being stunned, but it definitely works. And then I've gone for Jug for Brotherhood of Mutants, just because when he's unstoppable, I think it's a little bit harder to stun him, and he also sort of takes reduced damage while he is unstoppable from that Overseer, so that can be really handy there. She-Hulk was the one I used as an example for A-Force. Her or Scarlet Witch once again. But I would probably recommend She-Hulk a little bit more. She does a little bit more damage, can be really useful here, and you are just going to get stunned, unfortunately, and that seems to be the way it's going to go. Hopefully this little spreadsheet is helping you guys out. I'll see you guys in the gameplay where we can talk about and showcase a little bit more. Right guys, so we're at the Overseer gameplay here. So as I said, this one's going to be a little bit longer because there's a lot to explain here. I did miss out a good counter in my counter one, and that is both Quicksilver and Kitty Pryde. I took them both in. Quicksilver because when he is stunned, he is able to evade that in his stun. You'll see that in a moment. And then Kitty Pryde because she is stun immune while she's in her phase. So that is a good way of sort of avoiding it. So here you'll see I'm about to get stunned, but if you can time it really well with his SP2, then it lasts at the same point apparently. But you see there I die with Quicksilver. That's not a very good showcase of what you can do, but I thought I'd show you sort of all of the fight that I've got recorded here. So you'll see Ultron comes in now. Again, Ultron's quite useful with this fight, as is Nimrod. Hard damage as quick as possible, basically, before you get that either encroaching stun or before he uses his special attacks. Somebody like Warlock could also be useful here because he obviously stops... he can, drain some power, but you can see there I get parried straight away. The parry shouldn't last too long if you've got... I can't remember the what's the mastery where you reduce the name, maybe it's Limber, reduce the stun on you, so you are able to sort of adjust there. But you see now we're in the Kitty Pryde fight. I wanted to show you guys this. So obviously when she's in her phase, you want to get up to 3, and then basically I would probably recommend try not to throw any special attacks and just do all basics. But you can see here I want to get away from her. Obviously I take the stun there, that's not ideal, but I'm able to basically recover from that very, very quickly, which is very helpful. But I start to think, oh, maybe the phase I'm able to stop the stun, and I can. So that's really helpful. She really works in getting rid of his auto block. It won't stun you. And then also the encroaching stun will also not stun you. So she's a very good counter, as she is with a lot of these fights. I got very lucky there as the phase is still on when he throws his special attack. So that works really, really nicely for me. But as I said, you really want to try and basically just try and avoid the stun, because apart from the stun, this fight isn't necessarily super tricky. But that, with counters like Shang-Chi, could be really good. Obviously, Herc is a really good counter for this, but he doesn't necessarily have to be awakened. I would say he's just a good champ for this in general, because he can still do quite hard damage. But that's basically it for the Overseer one. They're the good counters. They're the things you need to be worrying about. Hopefully this helps you in your fight against EOP. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please leave a comment down below and leave it a like. I'd very much appreciate it, and it massively helps the channel. If you're new, please do subscribe and join the Discord. And I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.